Hi, this is Marek from Tryb. Today I'd like to tell you more about Septima, a game from Mindclash Games. Thanks Mindclash for sending the game for review. And this is the retail edition of Septima, not the one from Kickstarter. This is a Euro game for 1 to 4 players, where you will try to become the new leader of all witches of the world. The old leader, Septima, she's dying and she's looking for someone to, take her place. You will brew potions, you will heal villagers, there will be trials with witches that you will be able to save, you will learn powerful spells, and of course, like in most Euro games, you will try to score as many victory points as you can. This game includes a solo mode from David Turci, where you play against AI, the Black Widow. Now I'd like to tell you how the game plays, more or less. This is now not a how to play video, rather I would like to show you what the game is about and what you will do in the game. So let me show you how to play Septima, and then I will tell you my opinion on this game. This is Septima prepared for play. There are a lot of elements and a lot of components here. I tried to fit everything in the frame. So for example, this player board normally should be placed somewhere else, but I had to put it here so it fits in the frame of my camera. I will try to explain to you how this game plays, more or less, but this is not a how to play video. I hope you will not learn the rules from my video, because this game has a lot of rules, a lot of different things that you have to track and remember and learn. The idea of this part of my video is to show you how the game plays, so you will have kind of an idea if this is something that you like or find interesting, or maybe not. So this is the main board, and on the main board, this main area is the village and the forest that surrounds the village, and you will use your leader pawn, your leader meeple, to move around this this board here to gather different resources that are printed on different spaces. You will try to heal patients and the villagers because some of them are sick, they have 3 types of diseases, and you will brew different potions to heal them. In order to brew potions, you will gather the resources. But you also have to be careful because there are witch hunters placed on the board, and they will try to catch you if the actions and the things that you do will be suspicious, because each player has got a suspicion track on her board, and the more suspicious things you do, the more attention of the witch hunters you will draw their attention. Here is the part of the board that will be used after each season, because the whole game is divided into 4 seasons, and each season has got 5 moon phases. So in total you will play 20 rounds of this game. After each season there will be a witch trail, and you will have a chance to save the witches that are placed here. If you save the witch, you will add the witch to your coven, and then you will be able to use the witch abilities. Here are placed different citizens, different villagers. Some of them are loyal to you, some of them are loyal to other players, and some of the villagers are the angry one, the red one. They don't like witches, and they will try to burn the witch and remove it from the game. Here at the bottom right corner of the board, you will track moon phases, you will track the resources that can be gathered during a specific moon phase, and you will track the seasons and so on. Here on the right side is the ritual board, and what I'm showing you here is you can say the advanced version of this game, or maybe the regular version of this game, because in the rulebook you also have an easier variant of this game that is designed to teach you how to play this game. In the basic variant, you completely remove the ritual board, the spells that are used here, and some of the actions and things you do in this game are easier. you should use this easier variant to learn how to play the game, and when you are ready, you should then try and play the full version of this game. So this is the ritual board, and each player has got a tracker like this, and you will use this tracker to climb up this board by performing specific actions. And you have 5 ribbons here, and entering one of the ribbons will grant you additional benefits. Some of the benefits include spell cards. These are powerful cards that you can use during your turn. Then they are tapped, but you can untap them, and they give you some additional bonuses, benefits. Sometimes they will give you victory points, or they will make your actions more powerful. Here is the potion board, and you have 7 different potions that you will be able to brew during the game. 3 of them on the top are the potions used to cure villagers, and you will have to prepare them in order to heal the people. And 4 of the potions at the bottom are potions that you can use as the witch, and they give you some additional bonuses, like here you can lower your suspicion, or you can move any number of spaces on the board. Here you can add your loyal citizens to the trial area, or here you can perform your action in the more powerful variant of the action that you have chosen in your turn. So this board stays here. And the last board that we have is the player board. I will try to show it to you. Each player has got a player board, and here is the suspicion tracker. The higher you are on this track, the bigger chance that the witch hunters will catch you. You also have space for 4 witches, 1, 2, 3, 4. You start the game with 2. They are drafted at the start of the game. Each witch has got some special abilities that are triggered by performing a specific action, and the witch's abilities make your actions more powerful. You have your loyal citizens that you will be able to place in the trail area, and here you have the patient track. Each time you heal a patient, you will move these markers up. They will give you different bonuses, but at the end of the game they will give you victory points as well. And here you have the place to store your potions, your resources, victory points, and so on. Apart from the board, each player gets a deck of cards. You have 9 action cards. Each turn you will choose one of the cards and you will perform the specific action. Then you will discard the action card, and at the end of the whole season, so after 5 rounds, all the discarded cards will be back in your hand. So each turn you basically have to choose one action and perform it. So these are the basics, all the board, the potion board, the main board, the ritual board, and the player board. Apart from the player board, each player also got a Book of Divinations, and this card, each player has got a different card. This is your personal goal card. You have different goals that you will be able to achieve during the game, and then score victory points for specific goals. But the important thing is that the number of goals that you will be able to complete depends on the number of witches that you have in your coven. So if at the end of the game you have 2 witches in your coven, you will be able only to choose 2 of the conditions here, and then you will be able to score 2 of the goals. So the more witches you have at the end of the game, the more goals you will be able to achieve, but also you have to complete the requirement shown here. Each player also starts with 1 spell that will give you some special ability, and then you can start playing the game. Each moon phase, so each round, starts with players choosing one of the action cards. As I said, you have 9 cards, you have to choose your action. What action can you do? You can move, and then you will move your leader pawn up to 3 spaces on the board. You can collect, it means that you can collect resources from adjacent areas to your leader, because the leader doesn't move on the spaces, but there are some special spots that you move around. So always you have 3 adjacent areas next to your leader, so you can collect ingredients. But the thing is that you cannot collect all types of ingredients, but only the ingredients that are adjacent to the moon phase tracker on this board. So for example, here in the second phase, I can gather skulls and mushrooms. So if I am adjacent to an area that has got printed mushrooms and skulls, I can collect it. So move allows you to move, collect allows you to collect. Brew, you can brew up to 3 potions. Here you have a reference sheet that shows you which resources are needed to create potions. As I said, 3 of the potions are needed to heal patients, and the other 4 give you some special abilities. Also, by brewing the potions that are used by you, by the witch, you will gain victory points. So you have the brew action, you have heal action. If you are adjacent to patients on the board in the city, you can heal the patients as long as you have the required potion. You can chant, it will lower your suspicion. You can plead, and it means that you can send one of your loyal citizens from the crowd here to the trial chamber. I will explain that a little later, but basically at the end of the season, all the angry citizens and loyal citizens will be put in a bag, and you will randomly draw them from the bag and place here. And then if there are more angry citizens or the same number as loyal, the witch will be lost, and if there are more loyal citizens, the witch will be claimed by the person with most citizens. So this action plead allows you to send one of your loyal citizens from the crowd to the trial area already before joining them from the back. You can recruit. It means that you can take one of your loyal citizens that are near your player board and put them in the crowd. You can do the ritual action, and ritual action allows you to climb up this track no matter which action you have chosen. And remember allows you to repeat one of the actions that were already played during this specific season. So remember allows you to play an action card second time. Each player chooses one of the cards secretly. This is done in secret because each action card has got the basic action, and you have the, you can say, the more advanced upgraded action. And if at least 2 players have chosen, if another player has chosen the same action as you, then both players can perform the additional action from the action card. So if your action card matches an action card of another player, you can perform the additional powerful ability. But matching your action card with other players or with Septima, because the main witch, the Septima, she's got some tokens here that show a specific action. If you match your card with Septima or with other player, you will perform a more powerful action, but you will also raise your suspicion. If you matched with other player, you will raise your suspicion by 1, but if you matched with Septima, you will raise your suspicion by 2. So it's up to you. You can decide if you want to match with other players or Septima or not, if you want to perform more powerful action, but you will gain more suspicion. It's a hard choice. And you can, of course, talk to other players and ask them what they are planning to do. They can tell you, they may not tell you. It's up to the players. After each player has chosen a card, then you reveal all the cards, and you can first you have one free move, so you can move 1 spot on the board, and then you will perform your action. The basic version or the advanced version, depending if you matched your action with other players or not. After all players perform the action, then you will raise your suspicion if your action matched, and then witch hunters will try to catch you. If you raised the suspicion, they will try to catch you. You will move the nearest witch hunter by number of fields that are the sum of your suspicion level and the result of the witch hunter die. If they catch you, you will lose 1 witch from your coven, she will go to this area and you will be able to reclaim her during the trail. If there was no witch in a hut in your area, one of the other witches, witch hunters, will be moved here and he will act in next turn. Then you will move the Moonface tracker to the next spot and you will play another round. After 5 rounds there is the trail, and then you will be able to trial and you will be able to try to save the witch here. How it works: each player will take all the loyal citizens from the crowd area that are here. Then you will add a specific number of angry citizens, and the number of angry citizens depends on the suspicion level of each player. The suspicion track shows you how many angry citizens you have to add to the crowd. You will place all of them in the back, and then one by one you will take them randomly from the back and place on the spots around the witch. The number of places here depends on the player count. It's 6 for 2 players, 8 for 3 players, and 10 for 4 players, and you take them randomly. Then you will see, you will look how many angry citizens and loyal citizens are here. If the number of angry citizens is equal to the loyal ones or higher, the witch is lost and will be removed from the game. If there are more loyal citizens than the angry ones, one of the players will claim the witch. The one with most loyal citizens in his/her color. You will get the witch, you will place it in your coven, and the witch will give you additional ability and will allow you to score additional gold from your Book of Divinations card. After 4 seasons, you will calculate your score. You will gain victory points from your Book of Divination cards, from the patient track on your board, depending how many patients you have healed during the game. Some points you got during the game from the ritual board, from brewing potions, by performing different abilities. You will also get victory points for remaining ingredients and other things, and the person with most victory points wins the whole game. This is basically how you play Septima. I forgot to mention that there are sometimes special buildings in the board, and the special buildings give you additional bonuses to your actions as long as your leader is standing adjacent to these buildings. In the central area you have hospital. It allows you to heal additional patients, not only the ones that are placed as the tokens on the board, but for healing patients from hospital you won't get bonuses from your patient board. A lot of things to track, to remember. You have the witch hunters, they will move around the board, they will move to different huts. The bonuses you get, the suspicion you raise, you have to track if the different things happen before your free move, after your free move, before your action card, after your action card. A lot of things to track, but I think that you got the basic idea. You have basically to collect resources, brew potions, heal patients, and try to save as many witches as you can, because the more witches you have, the more abilities you will have, and the more points you will be able to score from your Book of Divination card. But also you have to think of the ritual board, because by playing specific cards and matching your action cards with other players, you will be able to move up on this track, unlocking additional spells and victory points. And if you get to the top, then you will get a lot of victory points by advancing even further. This game can be played solo as well. The player actions are more or less the same as in the multiplayer game, because you have your player board, you have your witches, your action cards, you have your leader. You will move here, you will play your action cards, gather resources, place loyal citizens in the crowd, heal, brew potions, etc., etc. It works exactly the same, but you will play against automated opponent that is called the Black Widow, and she's got a deck of action cards as well. At the start of the game you will reveal 2 action cards of hers, and then there's this deck of face down cards, and you play your action normally, but for Black Widow you will have to, at the start of each moon phase, you will roll her dice, and the die will tell you which action she will play, either one of the face up cards or one from the face down deck, and she will perform this action. Her actions work differently, but her action cards explain everything how to perform her action. And again, if she matched the action she played with your card, she will perform the more powerful version of this card, just like you. She will raise a suspicion level, just like you. She collects witches. She doesn't collect victory points, and she doesn't collect any resources. Her main goal is to block you on the board, to heal the patients, to claim the witches, so you won't get them. She doesn't have a leader, but she's got 3 spiders, and the spiders will try to, they will move around the board, trying to block you, but also trying to remove wisdom points, victory points from you. So you will gather your points during the game, but the spiders will try to remove the victory points from your witch. The main goal of this game is to score, is not to win with Black Widow, because she doesn't score any victory points, but to complete a special set of goals that are called tribulations in this game. You have 8 different tribulations, 4 of them are from your Book of Divination card, and there are 4 additional tribulations. One is to reach the top of the ritual board, the other one is to get 4 witches in your coven, the 7th one is that the Black Widow, that she has 3 witches or less, so not 4, and the last tribulation is a specific number of points, and depending on the difficulty level that you choose when you played the solo mode, you have to complete a specific number of tribulations. In the regular mode, you have to complete 5 tribulations in order to win with the Black Widow. So for example, I could complete 3 of these goals here. The 4th one, for example, I will get to the top of the ritual board, and I have claimed 4 witches. I have 5 tribulations completed, so I won the game. If I don't complete the number of tribulations required, I will lose the game. To help you, you have this negotiation deck, and this deck also allows you to manipulate the action cards played by the Black Widow, because you have delay cards, information cards, and cooperation, and if you choose to play one of these cards, you can, each of them work differently, but basically you can manipulate the action deck of the Black Widow, so she performs the action that you would like her to perform, but you can use them only once. After using one of the cards is discarded, and you will not get it during the game. So this is how it plays. In the solo mode, the things you do are the same as in the multiplayer mode. As for the Black Widow, she's got the spiders, the action cards, and she will, do things that will make your life harder and will make the victory more difficult to achieve. So this is basically how you play Septima in multiplayer mode, in solo mode. I hope you have an idea how it works more or less. Now let me tell you what I think about this game. I have my black book of pros and cons, so now I will tell you what I like about Septima and what I didn't like. I really like the theme and the, you can say, story that's in the game. The whole witchcraft and witches, and even though this is a Euro game, you can feel the theme in this game, at least I could have. So it's not like a typical dry Euro game where the theme is just attached to the game. So this is really cool. The game is beautiful. I love the artwork, the look of the board, the cards, the components, the tokens, and even though this is not the deluxe edition that was available on Kickstarter, this is the regular retail edition, everything looks fantastic, as you could have seen when I showed you how to play the game. The tokens, even in this edition, you have some wooden tokens, and the meeples, they are screen printed. Really, really amazing. And I think this artwork really helps the game to connect with the theme and with the witchcraft and everything. Really, really, I think one of the most beautiful games I have played this year. As for the gameplay, I like the idea that you can match your actions with other players or with Septima, and this is a really cool idea because you have to talk to other players, and you have to sometimes try to talk to them and ask other players what actions they are planning to do. They may tell you, they may not tell you, but this adds a nice layer of I don't know how to say it, unpredictability, and you can discuss things with other players. This is really cool. And the interesting part is that if you match your action with other player, the action will be more powerful, but you will raise your suspicion. So it's always a decision to make. Should you play a more powerful action but raise your suspicion, or should you play the regular action and it will be less powerful, but you will stay with lower suspicion? So this is really cool. So another pro for me is connected with the previous one. Even though this is a competitive game and you play against each other and only one person can win the game, you kind of have to maybe not cooperate but work together, because you have this patience that you have to heal. If you don't heal the patients, you will have the angry citizens that will join the crowd during the trials, and you have to watch what is the suspicion level of each player, because again, the more suspicion on player boards, the more angry citizens in the crowd. So this is kind of cool, and the game is not mean. I mean, you play against each other, but you cannot really do mean things to each other. You basically have to try to score as many points as you can, and you have to do your things and complete your goals. But there's not much negative player interaction. So this is what I like about this game. And I like that the game has a lot of variety. You have different actions, you have the spells, you have the potions. You can score victory points from your personal goals or from the patient tracks. You can score points from the ritual board, or you can brew a lot of potions and get points there. So you have a lot of things to do. You have 9 different actions during the game. So there's a lot of variety. You have different witches and different spells, different cards. It's really cool. And if you add the expansion where you can shapeshift and you can become an animal, in this expansion you have additionally the Omen deck, which you can say you have some kind of events, positive or negative ones, depending on the how the players play. This is really cool. A lot of things in this game. What I didn't like in this game, there are a lot of things going on, and you have to track a lot of things. You have to remember about a lot of rules. There are a lot of small rules and exceptions that are maybe not hard to understand, but sometimes it's hard to remember everything. Even though on the main board you have this, you can say, track that shows you what to do in each part of the round. Sometimes it's there are a lot of wheels are turning in a lot of places on the board, and it's sometimes hard to track everything and remember about everything. Another thing that was kind of annoying was the randomness. There aren't many random things in this game, because a lot of things depend on your decision, on your actions, and you can plan things. You know which moon phases are coming, which resources you can gather in each moon phase. You can talk with other players and together decide which actions to play. But you have randomness in 2 elements. One is are the witch hunters that try to catch you. Each witch hunter moves the number of space equal to your suspicion level, but you also roll a die, and this is kind of random. And if the witch hunter catches you, you will have to remove one of the witches from your player board, and this is very, you can say, big big loss, because in the game in total you will have maybe 4 witches when the game ends, and if you lose one of the witches, this is a lot, because every witch gives you additional abilities, but also the number of witches determines how many personal goals you will be able to achieve. So the less witches, the less goals you will be able to complete. So I don't know, I would prefer another penalty for being catched by the witch hunter, maybe losing some action cards or maybe losing some resources, but losing a witch is a lot, and this is kind of random because you have to roll the die. And another place where you have randomness are the witch trials, because this is random. You have your loyal citizens, but you have the angry citizens, and they are all together in a bag, and you randomly take one meeple from the bag one by one. And even though you might have a lot of loyal citizens, if you have a bad luck, you will draw all the angry citizens and the witch will be lost and you will not claim it. And again, claiming witches and gaining witches is very important, and losing witches is important. So the two elements that are random are very kind of important in the whole gameplay. So I don't know, the creator of this game added some more deterministic variant on BGG, so you can go to Board Game Geek website, to Septima forum, and you can find this variant, and it removes the randomness of the game. But what you get in the box and in the rulebook, and I probably think that in a way the game was designed and balanced to have these random elements. The random elements may, for some people, may be very, very annoying. Another thing, some witches and some spells seem a little overpowered and better than other. So sometimes you may get a witch and get a spell that is very powerful and it will help you during the game, and another player might have a witch and a spell that really is not very useful. So this is kind of random, and I'm not sure if they are all balanced. I don't like to talk about balance after 2 and 3 plays, because maybe it is just an initial impression, but after reading again Board Game Geek forums, a lot of people talk about the about the power of spells and witches, that some are more powerful than the other. And when I played with 3 players, the game seemed a little too long. Like, we played about 3.5 hours. This was our first game with 3 players, but we kind of learned the rules before playing. So it takes, the more player, the longer the game gets, and it takes a lot of time, because you have to plan your actions, you have to talk about the actions. And when I played with more people, it seemed a little too long. When you play solo, you don't have this problem. One thing that I wanted to talk about the pros that I forgot is that the solo mode works really fine. You have this AI, the AI plays different actions, and the Black Widow uses spiders, and the spiders take victory points from you. And this is like a mix of beat your own score type of solo mode and AI type of solo mode, because the Black Widow doesn't really score points and she doesn't gather resources. So she's kind of annoying and tries to steal the victory from you. But you have a set of goals that you have to achieve in order to win the game. So it's not just beat your own score type of game where you get your score, write it down somewhere, and try to compete with the score next time you play the game. You have a win-loss condition, so the solo mode is cool. But to wrap it up, first thing that I want to mention is that you really should try the basic mode first. The game has the basic mode and the more advanced mode, and the rulebook, when you open it, it suggests you to play the basic mode. Even if you are an advanced board gamer, advanced Euro gamer, you should try the basic modes first, because there are a lot of rules in this game, a lot of things that you have to track and to think of when you play the game. So playing the basic mode first is, I think, the best way to experience this game. After you play the basic mode once or twice, then you can jump to the advanced mode, and then you can add the expansions as well. Septima is not an easy game to, to review or to talk about, because there are a lot of things in this game that are, you can say, annoying. Like the randomness and the balance of the witches and the spells, the things that you have to track and the rules that you have to remember. But on the other hand, you have great theme, interesting mechanics, and interesting gameplay, beautiful artwork. So this is a game that I think it's not for everyone. I would recommend to try to play it, maybe on a board game convention, or maybe someone has this game before you decide to maybe get it. Because from opinion of my friends and from opinion on people online, some people find it too annoying to play or too random to play. Some people love it, some people don't like it, so it's maybe not a love-hate type of game, but it's not a game for everyone. I have to say I like this game, even though it has some cons and sometimes the game is annoying. I like the theme, I like the mechanics, I like the game, I like the solo mode in this game, and it's a really fun game. If you are not too serious Eurogamer and if you are not annoyed by random elements in Euro games, I think you could really enjoy this game. As I said, it has a lot of variety, a lot of different witches and spells, and with the shape-shifting expansion that was included on Kickstarter and in retail is sold in a separate box. You have a lot of replayability and a lot of options in this game. But you have to remember about the cons that I said, so you have to ask yourself a question if the pros that I mentioned are more important or the cons are more annoying for you. But I like Septima, it will stay in my collection, I think. So this is my opinion on this game. Click the like button if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, visit me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I will leave links in the description of the video. Thank you for watching, see you next time, bye.